I'm Dr. Sky, and welcome once again to the Dr. Sky Experience, heard exclusively here on Talk Radio 77 WABC. We like to call it the crown jewel of radio, the iconic 77 Talk Radio WABC, beaming out of New York City, the nation, the world, and the cosmos. As we continue to count down, with about 2 weeks to go, to the big partial or total solar eclipse of April the 8th. Are you ready? Well, here's some tips for photographers, and since most of you out there have smartphones, and some of these are actually really good phones to take pictures. In other words, they have high resolution. So here's some Dr. Sky tips for capturing the event, whether it's a partial eclipse in your area or the rare, deep, dark shadow of the moon eclipse we call the total solar eclipse. Well, obviously, you should have a mounting system. That is, put your smartphone onto a tripod. This alleviates any of the jitter that you'll have from the excitement of the eclipse, but more importantly, you'll lock that camera down so that those images are as crystal clear as possible. Naturally, you need a solar filter on your smartphone or your DSLR camera. By now, I'm sure everybody has scoured the internet to find quality solar glasses or camera filters. In a pinch, you could use another pair of those solar eclipse glasses, as long as they're ISO certified. Using an additional one, you can make and, of course, secure in front of the camera lens on the smartphone one of those filters. Now, here's some interesting tips. What I would recommend is lock the focus if you're in totality. Do that ahead of time so that the camera's focus is not wandering as your excitement overpowers the event. You'll get the best quality focused photographs by locking the focus at that time. And also, here's another interesting tip, not only for DSLR shooters, but also for smartphone shooters. Use the burst mode at totality. What's that? That's when you seemingly push the button of your phone, and it'll take multiple pictures in rapid succession. Why? Because as many of those pictures as you can get, you have the option to choose which one of those in the burst mode you find the best, or which group, as opposed to just taking one picture and something goes wrong. For more advanced observers with cameras, utilize, and even smartphone users, shoot in the raw mode. If your camera or smartphone has that capability, what is that? That's a mode in which you can then later edit those particular pictures to your satisfaction, and then, of course, you can be the pride and joy of getting, hopefully, one of the best eclipse photos of all. And obviously, the last bit of information here is no handheld videos with this particular eclipse. You know how rare they are. So secure your smartphone onto a tripod and or your video camera so that it's pretty much locked on. And again, shoot in a wide mode too. Don't miss the beautiful perspective at the total eclipse of what's happening when the shadow of the moon comes over you. And that is to shoot a video or still pictures. And now for those in New York City, right at the base of Talk Radio 77 WABC, here's some interesting information on the times of the partial eclipse. The partial eclipse in New York City begins at 2:10 p.m. The maximum of the eclipse is at 3:25 p.m. when 91%, yes, 91% of the sun is obscured by the moon. And then everything goes in reverse. The eclipse is over, sad to say, at 4:36 p.m. local time. The sun at the time of its maximum partial phase in New York, which is 91%. So keep those solar glasses on all during the time of this eclipse because it's not total. The sun will be at an altitude of some 43 degrees in the sky. If you'd like to contact me, questions and comments, and more details to things we didn't talk about the eclipse, you can email me at drsky.show, that's DRSKY show, @gmail.com. And don't forget, proud to be part of the Talk Radio 77 WABC family every Sunday, that is, with owner-operator John Katsimatidis on the show that goes all over the nation and around the world, the Cats Roundtable, Sunday mornings. And also, every other week, on Frank Morano's great overnight program, The Other Side of Midnight, where we transform the name just temporarily for an hour every 2 weeks, Wednesdays at 1 a.m., to Cosmic Conversations with me, Dr. Sky. Dr. Sky reminds you to always what? Remember to keep your eyes to the skies, and simply, I'm your navigator on the highway to the heavens, this great celestial highway where there are no tolls, and you have the freedom and opportunity to share with many others, and of course, experience the beauty of the great realms of astronomy, space, aviation, and weather with other guest celebrities as we talk about American exceptionalism, clear skies, and great health.